right. Well, today's Makeup with Stephanie, we're going to do it a little different.
Oh, we're going to do something different.
We are. So I made me a mask. I don't know if anyone can see it. Roy, what does it say?
I'm with stupid.
And I have arrows pointing.
You should have made the I'm with stupid on.
And here's yours.
Oh.
Just put it on.
Hillbilly birthday boy. I'll put it on like this. Hillbilly birthday boy.
No, put it on.
No, I'm not putting it on.
Why? Put it on.
We're not wearing masks.
I made it.
I get that.
At least if you have one. Wow, you suck. Well, at least put it on like your forehead. Can you like attach? And then attach the other side. Attach the other side. It looks like a pad on top of your head, though.
It looks hideous.
Oh, gosh. He's so dramatic.
Yes.
See, you ruined the makeup with Stephanie.
Yeah, I did.
You know what? Whatever.
I usually ruin everything, so I didn't want to break my record.
Well, you can't see it in the shot. Let's see if you can see it on. Nope. Yep. You can see it on there. I thought mine was cute. You didn't get a chuckle out of it.
Of that.
Yep.
So that was a...
You didn't like your mask?
Yeah. Well, I'm... Me, the anti-mask guy from the day one.
Oh, whatever. So Roy's birthday's on Sunday, so I made him a birthday mask. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yep.
Happy birthday,
That's as
Roy.
much as...
That's what you get.
That's what I'm getting for you. As much as I'm doing. Ready?
On that. Slide guitar music that comes on every Monday through Friday live at 5 on Facebook Live and YouTube, IeE Newswire on that.
Make sure you go and you like and you subscribe.
Yes,
I made Roy a birthday mask. He put it on for like 2 seconds.
It was
a glorious thing for a minute.
That's about as long as you're going to get me to wear a mask.
Right.
Of the whole silliness going on that whole... Had a big updates today on the whole enchilada on that. One of the big stories are, and we'll have Chris Ackerman on from Paris Speedway. They will be running Saturday night. Don't think they're going to have any spectators per se, but they will be. It will be on a pay-per-view deal. But
will be?
Yes, on
cool.
most of the.
Well, really quick, I'm going to cut you off. Roy's birthday is on Sunday, so even though I did make him a mask, I also made a little video. You know, right now I can't do a whole lot with everything shut down, but I want to do a little highlight really quick for Roy's birthday.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Touching me. I'm not wrapped real tight. There we are at the aforementioned studio.
Okay, we're
out
here
at Fontaine.
The mud run.
Oh, that's the mud run.
Yep. The 5K run with Stephanie, Lucy, and myself.
Yep.
You're seeing all the great stuff.
Another event that isn't going on this year.
That was our first remote, I think.
Yeah, that was.
Kiddos.
There's all the kids in there.
We're here getting prepped.
You making us work on the Saturday?
Yes, we were. That was we were getting the equipment ready.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was getting the remote equipment ready for doing the first remote. Yes. Yeah, there we are setting up.
The last year's birthday, we're gonna not be able to stop it, so we're gonna relive it. You almost getting me ran over, making me walk through the pits.
Yes.
That was terrifying.
That's why I was leading. I was making sure you decided.
Roy looking fancy.
Wow. That you don't see very often.
You never see it. It's scary. But it's true.
I think it when you're halfway through.
Well, luckily I was behind Lucy and she's really slow.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a cleanup. That's why I was leading. I was at the now defunct our Sunny Meat Burgers.
Barking orders, like always.
Somebody's got to do it out at the dry grease.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Oh, which one are we on?
We're on everything.
We're on everything. We're doing a preview video, just getting ready to rock and roll.
We need to do
Kick off
more
A
of
little
that.
behind the scenes.
The third show
Preview
of
videos
Newswire
like we
Daily
did.
on Wednesday.
Oh, that was at the Mud Runner.
He's still barking orders while he's watching the video of
There
him
we go.
barking
Oh, there
orders.
was me sitting in the coffin, yeah.
Batmobile.
Batmobile at Paris Auto Speedway, Night of Destruction.
You excited about a coffee mug?
Here we go.
That's it. Well, there isn't nothing better than that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we're live here. We're not live. I'm live. You're live. Say something.
Something.
Say more than something.
That was your
More than
first
something.
NASCAR
Where are
race.
we at?
We are at
You're still talking even though
Of course. What difference does it make? Nobody pays attention to me anyway.
I didn't even hear what you just said. And I got the scrolling. Damn, I'm good.
There you go.
And I got hi, Sean.
Thank you very much.
You're
That was a
welcome.
very wonderful video.
Happy birthday, baby bro.
Thank you very
On
much
Sunday.
on that. Yes, we'll have some fun. The aforementioned
Yeah, go back to your intro.
and the aforementioned that Paris
Never so
Speedway, the Speedway motorcycle track, not Paris Auto Speedway, will be running Saturday night, but maybe Paris Auto Speedway will be rocking and rolling pretty soon with Nights of Destruction, sprint car racing, modifieds, and that. We'll have some updates when
No.
anything is
I just saw
official
it on that one.
announced on that. But of all the stuff that's going on across the world, it just again, it seems like we're going backwards on this whole enchilada on the stuff of that. Oh, somebody's calling in.
Yeah.
Who's the special caller with a message? Hello.
Hey, is there somebody that has a birthday today?
Yes, this is the guy that's having the birthday today.
Is he 101 today, or what,
He's
how old is he today?
104.
100. Well, let's keep adding on. How about 124, the oldest guy living? Who have I got on the line?
This is Earl Cox Jr.
Oh, there you go. What's up, bud?
Happy birthday, young man.
Thank you very much. Have you? I mean, I just mentioned it here a minute ago, just before you come on. I mean, they're racing at the Paris Speedway, the Speedway track tomorrow night. But I don't know. I've been hearing some rumblings. The Night of Destruction in Paris Auto Speedway may be coming back here pretty quick.
Well, you know, I'm sure it's really hard for Paris to decide when they're going to come and go because you know they're owned by the city, you know, Paris,
Right.
the fairgrounds, and
right,
you know,
fairgrounds
so
track.
so Don's got his hands tied to when they're going to start and when they're not going to start. So it's pretty tough to decide. And you know, with all this COVID-19 stuff going around, I'm pretty sure he's you know chomping at the bit to get things going. But you know, I hate to be in his shoes, but it's pretty tough.
I think a lot of us are in this pickle of being just doing that. And then with the new stuff coming out now, they're talking about relocking more stuff down and going backwards and all this stuff. I mean, it you know, and some of the stuff, it just, and I don't know, I just get your take on it. What do you think about this whole COVID-19 thing?
You probably don't like what I have to say about it.
Well, no, I'll take anybody. You know, everybody's got a right to see it the way they see it. You don't all have to agree with me, although that would be world would be a lot better.
Myself. I think it's a bunch of crap myself.
Well, you're on my. I've said that from day one. I've said it from day one. I said there. Looking at all the evidence on there. No, you're right in my alley. I've said that from day one. There's nothing actually, in my view, my opinion, and a lot of the experts we've had on the show, we've actually done more harm overall when we're gonna write the history books on this than we did in the beginning. But it just it's crazy. I mean, you know, like last year this time, I mean, everything, like you say, we would be having Earl Cox Jr. on talking about the figure 8 races at Paris Auto Speedway and how we're going to have a fun weekend and all this other stuff. And here we are just like twiddling our thumbs, wondering what we're going to do.
Yeah, it's like they're putting us in hibernation and they're forgetting about the comedy and what we got to do. You know, they're screwing everybody's lives up. You know, it's basically, to me, it's just a heavy duty flu. You know what I mean? It's not, you know, it's just, I think there's people out there just trying to make it worse for other people because of the president is what I'm thinking is going on. And I'm not a really big guy on the president type of stuff, but this, the way that stuff's going around, you can see and hear, and just like the NASCAR thing, you can see what's going on there. You can see what they're going for. They're just going for to get their names out there because they're going downhill because way things are going.
And I want to get your take. Now that you mentioned that, I want to get your take on that. What?
Nothing. Quickly mention it.
Yes, because I
No
covered.
offense.
You and me both. We grew up and we were raised in racing. We know what's going on.
You were?
Yes.
You like racing?
A little bit.
Really?
So does Earl. He was in that a little bit. When I first heard that story coming out on Friday, and they're talking about the whole news hoax thing that ever went out, and they're saying, I'm thinking, well, who in most cases in a NASCAR, the garage areas are very tightly controlled anyway. But especially in this case, the only people that are in there are the teams, employees of NASCAR, or the track. So first thing that flashed in my mind is if somebody did something like that, it would be right off. I mean, there wasn't that many people. There wasn't no tours or crowds or the general people going through there taking a tour. Or a lot of traffic in and out on that. That was the first alarm bell that went off. Then when they come out, go ahead. So what was your first thought? Yeah, what was your first thought when you heard that?
Let's back up a little with Kyle Larson.
Okay.
I mean, we all say things that we shouldn't say.
Right.
And Kyle Larson, I mean, he's a Japanese kid.
Yes.
He's not white.
His mom is Asian.
Right. He said something wrong, which we all do. He lost his job for something like that.
Yes. Somewhat.
And now look at Bubba Wallace. Look what he did. Not because he's black. It's because he caused a ruckus in the whole NASCAR community, and just because he's black, they're not going to do nothing about it. Now, if it was somebody that did something like this, they would have a fine. They would be suspended. Because it caused a problem with NASCAR. Something needs to be done. This is horseshit. If you're going to play favorites, do the same thing to Bubba Wallace, what they did to Kyle Larson, because it's basically the same thing.
I'm glad you brought, and I didn't even think of that until you mentioned, and that's a good thing why you called in. Yeah, why all the big hubbub, and why didn't Bubba Wallace come to Kyle Larson's defense when that came up of that? Because people have done that, slipped of a tongue on that. But let's set that aside. Like you say, I said the same thing, and we've done that on Black Lives Matter. We've had their co-founders on there that said they're Marxists. They're looking to destroy the way of life we have in this country and everything. And what I've said, when NASCAR, Bubba Wallace, LeBron James, or anybody else is going, or the governor of California is putting on the state of California's website, Black Lives Matter, they're not supporting you. You're supporting them and everything that organization and their founders stand for. That's what's really grating me on this whole thing. Right.
You're 100% right.
Very much so. Well, thank you, Earl, for calling in.
The thing that really pisses me off is if you're playing favorites. Larson's had a slip of the tongue, like you said, and everybody does it. I guarantee you, everybody does it. Even the president, everybody has a tongue that slips. He was caught on iRacing talking to his second eyes up in the stands, basically watching him. And he basically called him a word that was like a friend, it was a friend thing. It was like me calling you like an old guy, an old buddy or something like that.
104 years old.
He meant the same thing. He didn't mean anything by it. And and he lost his job over it. He had to move his family out of South Carolina, had to go somewhere else, had to sell his houses because slip of a tongue in iRacing. Not even NASCAR, it was iRacing. And I think it's horseshit.
There you go. And I'm going to get beat with a stick.
He's about to.
Yes, if I don't get you off the line. But thanks for calling in, Earl.
Thank you, Earl, for calling in.
And don't be a stranger. Do it again. So, yes,
when we have more time, definitely call in and let's chat.
And we got that. Yeah.
You happy birthday, and you guys be good, and happy Friday, and everybody out there.
You got it. Thanks a lot for calling in, Earl.
Bye.
All right, buddy. Bye.
Exactly.
Isn't this stuff see how easy it is to run this stuff? Is that how you got to be kind of gotta have a little bit of that radio professional stuff in there to know how
What
to.
the hell are you trying to say? Going like this 20 times usually means something. Stop asking questions.
Of
Happy
that.
birthday, by the way.
Oh, so
Anyway.
no, I agree with Earl 100. And he said, "Oh, I don't think." No, I mean, we're seeing things the same thing, and I figured as much as he would because again, we both grew up in racing, and we know. As soon as that story hit, that just something that the whole circumstance didn't smell right. And for NASCAR, Bubba Wallace and LeBron James and all the dominant media that just blew that story right to the wind, and then you found out there was nothing to it, and nobody's apologizing for it, or they're standing their ground mostly on it. Like Bubba Wallace said, "Oh, it's still a noose." No, it's not a noose. It's a rope with a knot in it so you can pull a door down. It's been there for years. It's been there since 2017 at least, from the photographic evidence that we have, that we posted on the show. So again, from the stuff that's going on this stuff, it just irritates the living blank out of me, because with Governor Hairgel going on the deal of this, and he did the video today, and Imperial County is the big hot spot right now. Oh, cases are going up. And there's cases going up in Florida and Mexico and Arizona, especially Arizona and California, right along the border. He said yesterday, oh, well, there's some cross-border issues and this, that, and the other are going on. Well, yeah. Why is it necessarily breaking out in there? Then they moved these patients from Imperial County to Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange County, and now we're seeing an increase in cases on that. And the governor implying threat that if Imperial County doesn't close down and all this, that he's going to step in and do it. Well, what's going to happen? It looks like we're setting up for the second wave. Him praising Disneyland for canceling the July 17th opening of Disneyland and backing that up. We're not progressing forward. Vice President Pence and the Coronavirus Task Force, Dr. Anthony Fauci, Dr. Deborah Birx, were on 2 hours earlier saying we're not concerned about it. Yeah, we expected cases to go up as we opened up. There's nothing that 34 states are down. Our death rate, which 2 months ago was 2,700 a day, is now down to around 500 or 600. There are issues in places where there is of a concern of what's going on.
Carla writes in, we're still in the first wave, but aren't we out of the first? I thought they were saying we're on the second.
There's a big debate about that. They've never really confirmed whether that big wave that went through in November, December, and January, where our hospitals were full, with this flu symptoms that they didn't identify. And again, the first death now recorded in the United States after they went and dug up some corpses is February 6th in California, both up in the Bay Area.
Wait, they dug up bodies?
Yes.
Why?
To go back.
Why the hell would they do that?
To go back and find out, they dug up to do autopsies to see where the coronavirus is. Yes, we covered it on the show, by the way.
I knew that. I was just trying to pump people up. Don't ruin my cover.
Well, that's a nice comeback. I'll give you an E for effort on that one.
Really? Shut up. Did they really?
Yes, they did.
What did we cover that?
Because
Was
they
I here?
said, yes, because they said
the
first, they were going on with this story in March when everything started getting hot and heavy on this. Supposedly the first death was in Seattle at the nursing homes or whatever up there. But then they went back and all of a sudden when they went back and just Santa Clara, I think it was up in the San Jose area, the coroner up there went and just, pulled some random bodies out and tested. Oh, well, we found one in February 6th, one February 21st. So now but you notice how that got shut off real fast?
That's disturbing that they would even do that.
Yes. Well, no, it isn't.
They had to have, okayed it with the family, right? Before they go and start digging up bodies?
I don't know. Maybe we should get the coroner of Riverside County.
I'd rather not.
And he's also the sheriff, Chad Bianco. He could answer that question.
He's the coroner of Riverside County?
Yes. And
really?
They changed that in most cases it was, but I think probably about 10 or 20 years ago, they added the title in every county, all 58 counties in California, because if you look on it, it says sheriff coroner on the vote or on when you're voting on there. So all sheriffs are combination now, sheriff and coroner. So in California, your sheriff and coroner are all elected by the people on that. But as again on hair gel on that of going on, so I'm going to stop now on that. Maybe somebody else will lighten up the topic a little bit.
Hopefully.
Who
Hi, Susan from
do
Harupa
we have
Valley.
on the? Oh, we have Susan
Hi.
from Harupa Valley on the line. Hello.
This is Harupa Valley
Yes.
people, and we love wearing masks, and we love the social distancing, and I'm hoping that it lasts forever, but I'm lying.
I hear
But-
the sarcasm in that statement from Susan
I know.
in
I
Oh.
think she might
Harupa
have been
Valley.
serious.
Very true. But more importantly, I'm calling in to wish Roy a happy birthday Sunday. Somebody told me.
Thank you very
Is that right?
much.
Huh?
Yep,
Thank you
that's
very
right.
much of that. I
Yeah.
really appreciate. No, I really do appreciate the sentiment on that, and that it's a. But it and in a way, and I get the sarcasm for what you said when you
Really,
when you
dude? Come on.
when you first said
Keep
that.
the phone lines open.
Why?
Thank you,
Yeah.
Susan, for calling
Leave her
in.
alone, Stephanie.
You're going to cut your mom off the
Yes!
phone?
She's
Wow.
the perfect
Mom.
one to cut off.
Whoa!
God, because I have an opinion.
Are you looking to get disowned?
No,
here?
she understands. We're trying to keep the phone line open so other people can call in
I
and wish
just
this
wanna get
wonderful
your
old
cake.
man
I just
a
want-
happy birthday. Go ahead,
Wow.
hurry up.
I just want to get your take on this for a second. Isn't it kind of sad? Like at this last year, it was all fun and everything was happy. Da da da. This year, and not only that, I mean, not that I really, not that it's any big deal, per se that I do that. But look at all the kids and stuff that aren't celebrating birthday with their friends and relatives and stuff of that. That's what I really feel sad about this year. Is everybody
Yeah.
that missed out on the opportunity, school graduations and ceremonies and all that and everything else.
Yeah, I think that's all really sad that that's happened. And it was like Dr. Kelly, I forgot her last name, that you have on all the time, said, the other day when she was on your show, how things, are all exaggerated. And you watch the news, and honestly, I get all terrified again,
Yeah.
It's scary. You hear one thing, and then you're told another thing, and you're like, who do you believe,
Yes, it's a sad thing. I'm going to request you. We're gonna in that, but I before I get beat with a stick again by who.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate. I really thank you. Thank you very much for
welcome.
calling in, Susan.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Susan,
For
the
from
happy
Harupa
birthday.
Valley.
I hope we have a very good birthday.
Yep, he
if
will.
we make it,
Okay, bye.
man. Wanting to get your
What?
own mother off the phone.
She's perfect.
Okay.
Hi.
Come on in. You want to come in? Grab a seat. I don't know. Do we got a mic set up on that of that? The Pop just walked into the studio coming in. Oh, you wanted to get the brown truck?
She thought he was here for you.
Yeah, I thought you were
Yeah.
doing that the deal, but no, it's again, like I said, that's what I really feel sorry for is all the people that, especially the kids and everything that can't, that aren't celebrating birthdays or, missing out on all the stuff. Who knows if they're even going to get to go back to school, and the way things are going now, if they're even going to get to go back to school in August, and any conditions, even in a half-day deal. Yes, of that.
I wasn't listening to you. But
No,
I
you
know I
weren't.
didn't like what you just said. Really, a half day? Don't say that.
Well,
it's not going to be a half day.
You're
It's gonna be
You're
fine.
going to be lucky.
gonna be fine.
You're going to be lucky.
gonna be fine.
If
It's gonna be fine.
if it's going to be half a day the
gonna
way
be
they're
fine.
going about it. I can tell you.
I'm not panicking at all.
Well, yeah, they did that, but that's it's going to be very interesting how they
Stephen
lock.
writes in, happy birthday to Roy.
Thank
Thank
you very
you,
much,
Stephen.
Stephen, on the for the birthday wishes on that. But yeah, it's going to be crazy of what all this stuff is going on.
Oh, Lucy writes in and says happy birthday as well.
Thank you, Lucy. I appreciate that very much. But No, the whole thing that's going on here just
Joseph writes in says happy birthday too.
Joseph, yeah, he's one. I mean, he's like the number one commentator on the face or on Facebook on the comments. That guy can fly. I mean, he must be like a world's record typer or something of that. Because man, he just.
I wanna challenge him.
What are you challenging him on?
Typing.
Oh, yeah, you are quick. I'll guarantee you that you're very fast on the typing deal on that. How many words how many words a minute you type?
5,000.
You should have been a court reporter then.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Of that.
You know what I do want to bring up, though? Mountain Mike's is opening a brand new store out in Temecula. If you go in Tuesday, this coming up Tuesday the 30th, and receive IeE Newswire, you get one free one-topping medium pizza just for mentioning your show, what you created. Isn't that cool?
There you go. I mean, that takes a lot of guts to open a store up in this environment, any type of restaurant of that.
Way to keep it positive.
Yeah, so well it is. I mean, I got to give Gil a lot of credit for opening up a place in the middle of this deal, because that's what the latest thing they're doing now. I just heard on what is it, a Chase Bank? I think they've got 30 million credit card holders or something. Now they're tracking. Now they're putting it together with coronavirus and stuff. This is the latest thing they're tracking, or this way say this is the latest good news you have to worry about. They're saying, oh well, now where we're seeing coronavirus cases come out, we're seeing that's what they're tracking. The credit cards is seeing if you're going to restaurants or out to the bars or whatever. And now they're trying to put a correlation between the places that opened up and doing this stuff, and now we're going to have more coronavirus cases, which is probably true. If you were cooped up and now you're going out, yeah, the positivity rate coronaviruses are going to go up, and it's probably a good thing, as Mike Pence said in the daily briefing, the coronavirus task force briefing they had today, that most of the ones, and Dr. Birx and Fauci, most of the ones that are getting it are younger people, and they are asymptomatic or have very mild symptoms. So we're building that herd immunity that we didn't build before, and that is, and I defy anybody to say the reason we're not. This is why we're extending this thing out. And from not letting it run its natural course, I think that's why we're on this yo-yo cycle up and down that we've been on for this. Now, as we went, we were going up, everything was looking good. Now as we open up, now they're sounding the alarm bells like everything's going to heck in a handbasket on this stuff. So when we're doing all this and going through all this stuff, like I said when we were talking to Earl Cox, I think we're going to find out when we run down in history that we've done overall much more harm than we did good by doing this whole lockdown. We got a quick caller. Who's on the line?
I just want to do a shout out to you, Roy, to say happy birthday.
Thank you very much, Lisa. That sounds like the troops are in there, the one short of a basketball team rolling in there. Thank you very much, kiddos, for the happy birthday wishes. I really, really, really appreciate it.
Have a great day, dude.
You got it. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Uh-oh. Better swell. We got him calling in now. That they better get him in quick, because we're going to be on KMET in about 2 seconds, or about 2 minutes. We got it. Okay, quick. We got about a minute. Who's there?
I would like to talk to Stephanie. I'm a first-time caller. My name's Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Tom Del Beccaro. I just want to point out that I think Stephanie should have a greater role in the show, and I don't think people should believe the political polls, because Trump approval's rating is right where Obama's was right before he got reelected, and I'm not really worried about that.
So how much
Thanks,
did you
Tom.
pay? How much did you pay Tom to say that?
I can't tell you that.
I think Stephanie should. I think we should do Thursday nights with Stephanie, and she should, be the star of the show. These are just suggestions.
Yeah.
I'm new to radio, so I'm just hoping. I want to wish her a happy birthday and thank her for all the support she gives you.
I can't top that one. That was pretty good.
Tom.
That was pretty good, Tom. We'll have to, we're gonna have to get you back on really short, and we're gonna have to in this.
All right, brother.
People are asking for the recall Gavin Newsom position, so next week we're gonna have to have you on.
1 minute.
To update that. But
Hi,
thanks again.
Hi, Stephanie.
All right, bye.
Bye, Tom.
The new star of the show over here.
Woo woo!
So what's it? Her birthday or what?
It's
Yeah.
Roy's birthday on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Sean, can you call and tell him happy birthday?
Yeah.
But don't tell him. He doesn't know we're planning this. Thanks. Appreciate it.
I can see the organization skills have went down a lot from the last year to this year,
I
too.
don't want to talk about
All
it.
right, guys. Here we go. 10 seconds.
95 30 to 6 and on IE Newswire on Facebook and YouTube.
IE Newswire Daily is on the air.
The following is a paid program. Views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
There's that funky slide guitar music that comes on every Monday through Friday, 5:30 to 6 p.m. on the Mighty Red, 1490 KMET, broadcasting all over the Inland Empire. And of those of you that have heard the very interesting first half hour we did on IE Newswire on YouTube, and that, if you didn't, go back. Let's say that was one of the most unscripted ones we've ever done. I mean, that one went all sorts of zigzaggy directions in that. Man, we went all down Fisher's fence and back and forth on that. But I really kind of think it is, and thank you, everybody, if you don't know.
You know, but sometimes, so Roy's birthday is Sunday.
Sunday, yes.
And sometimes you just got to get away from all the other serious stuff and just have fun with it. You can't always be on point like we usually are. I mean, we're totally professional around here.
Well, yeah, so you have all the time.
Yeah.
Walter Cronkite would be proud of our journalistic
I don't know who that is,
professionalism.
but I agree.
I know you don't. He was probably dead before you were born.
Possibly.
But good old Uncle Walter. But really, from all that and in that, you kind of make a little light of it. But back in those days, when newsmen were really newsmen and gave you the news with gave you just what was out there with it. You never take personal opinion out of it anything, but it is we got to have fun with something, because with all the other stuff that's going on, it's going to drive us absolutely stark raving mad with all the stuff that's going on. It seems like we're going to get locked down harder in California with all the hints Gavin Newsom has put out the last 2 days of that, praising Disneyland for backing up their proposed July 17th opening date and all of that stuff. Something he said on that, and I just want to get this out before we start off down the trail of silliness like we did before.
Do you think more people are going to call?
Probably not.
Those are all the people I know.
But he said something on his update today that those with leukemia, or you might infect somebody if you have COVID, and you might infect with somebody with leukemia or something like that. You wouldn't want to do that. I mean, I almost blew a stack. If you're older, in a nursing home, have pre-existing conditions, you are the one that should not be. You should be protecting your health. You should be the one that's not out. Why are you if you know you have, comorbidities, as Dr. Deborah Birx keeps saying, and she said today on the coronavirus task force update, if you are one of the ones at risk, if you are one in that 1% of the population that's really at risk of dying from this stuff, you are the one that should be staying home, not the rest of us. The rest of us should be out there developing the herd immunity, eventually kicking this virus, so we all don't have to worry about it anymore. And we can all go back to living a normal daily life structure like we did before March, before this all happened.
I agree.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Only because it's your birthday on Sunday.
No, it couldn't be because I'm right.
No.
But that's what's really sad about this whole situation. But we're gonna have Chris Ackerman on pretty soon here from Paris Speedway on that, doing because he's they're actually, and I think it's probably going to be the first race in Southern California since I think probably the Night of Destruction on March 7th at Paris Auto Speedway, and then they had the NASCAR race on March 1st. But we haven't had any racing in Southern California. Like I said, they had some on that coming up. But he'll be on later on to preview the event they have coming up tomorrow night on that. I hope we can build some momentum across this deal on that, so we don't have to. I don't know how we're going to counteract this stuff, but we better start doing it quickly because we're going backwards on this. But who we got on the line?
Oh, this is Brandon Roy. I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday and wish you bring that cowboy hat back.
Yes, you're the one. You're going to get me beat with the stick again on that.
Well,
you are.
Who cares what Stephanie thinks about your cowboy hat? I think it's pretty cool.
I do too.
I just don't understand.
Yes, I love the cowboy hat myself. I get a lot of requests for that thing. I mean,
it's great.
Yeah, we can tell the enthusiasm in your voice on that.
I think everybody misses
Why do you
it.
not like the cowboy hat?
Wear the cowboy hat. I don't care.
Yeah,
You and Brandon should get matching ones.
as you're holding the stick up, getting ready to thump me on again.
I know I'm gonna try to jump through the phone line and beat Brandon with it.
For suggesting that. Oh, we'll bring. I wore it today. If you go to the end of the Gavin Newsom update, I actually did wear it today at the end of that, and I wore it a little bit on the on my commentaries at the end of the. Whatever Newsom's or whoever's deal on that. Oh, we'll bring the cowboy hats back. More of I'm probably opposite being the strange person I am. I actually wear hats more in the wintertime than the summer. I don't know why, but I just feel because they keep you hot. They keep me at least. I feel like I get hotter with them on. So during the summertime, I use less and less the cowboy hats and wear them more during the wintertime. But we'll throw her on there once in a while.
Perfect. We'll throw a cowboy hat on you and one of them foil hats on Stephanie.
Oh, wow.
It's cool. I'll see you soon,
We'll have to
Brandon.
get Stephanie to wear a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
I don't know if she could pull it off.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. All right, you're
Wow.
tying up the phone line. We gotta go.
No, she
All right, Roy.
She
Just have a
actually
great
looks really
birthday.
cute in the cowboy hat
No, thanks.
of that.
Anyways.
But no, thanks a lot, Brandon, for calling in.
Thanks, Brandon.
You have a good birthday, Roy.
You got it. I will.
Bye.
Right.
Everyone's a good one that
Jim
you're.
Rock writes in happy birthday. Joshua Sanford writes in happy birthday. Your
Thank-
mom would like you to bring the cowboy hat back.
Yes.
Carla writes in happy birthday.
Thank you all very much for the aforementioned birthday.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go back and write everybody after this.
Yeah, so that'll give me something to do. Like I didn't need anything. Like I needed something else.
You act like you're busy doing like a radio show or something.
Yeah, and all sorts of things going on. But here, let's instead of me rambling on about. Oh, I see what I did. I didn't get the.
So what are your plans for your birthday? Are you doing anything? Where do you want to go? Where do you wish you could go?
Well, maybe we'll go to the races tomorrow.
What races?
The-
Which races going on?
Oh yeah, we're going to preview them coming on
Oh, is that what you've been trying to say this whole show?
on that. Actually, we were probably the only very few that could because we're part of the media and they haven't excluded the media from these things. But hopefully, and again, that's why. And I told them, I said, if you guys are racing, I want to promote and especially. Once we can get to the first track, or all of the tracks, on their first opening night, speedways, events, anything you got going on this show, we will promote the living heck out of your events that are going to be live with spectators.
Or promotions like Mountain Mike's with the free pizza.
With the free
That's
pizza
really
on
cool.
that, yeah. So of that, if you're doing that, of that, I want to see the and again, like I said, I want to see that everybody that's taking a sensible approach to this whole enchilada is where we're going, because we're getting too much insanity of what we're doing on this, and it's just driving me insane. I had to, and I put the wrong link in there, but I was going to do. I found a funny one that had the funny airport signs. You know, when you go to the airport and you don't know who it is, or you're putting that up sign up to get. You know, you're picking somebody up and you don't know who it is, so you put up a sign, hey, you know, I'm looking for Susie Smith or something. But some of the people came up with some creative signs, but I forgot where I stuck the link to that.
Like at the air.
Yeah,
when they're picking somebody
up, that you
Got
don't
it.
know or something, so you hold up a sign. Yeah, I'm for that. But some of them had some pretty creative or funny ones on there that I was gonna bring on a deal on Saturday. But we got to do more of that kind of stuff. We got to light up some fun on this, because if we keep at this pace that we've been doing, we're going to go absolutely haywire on this stuff. I mean, just as it looked like we were starting, the last 2 or 3 weeks, it looked like, I got to say a month ago, like when we had the Board of Supervisors meeting and everybody showed up and they started loosening up the strings, and then everybody did, and we started slowly coming back to the way it was before that. And now it's like we're stomping on the brakes. We're going back to this old way of doing things of that. And again, I just, I don't see that we had Kelly Victory on Wednesday. She doesn't see the need for that. Mike Pence and Dr. Birx and Dr. Fauci were totally different than the way Gavin Newsom was chiming on 2 hours earlier on this stuff. There is no, and one of the key things that Mike Pence, our vice president, said, in the last month, we have had no requests for mobile hospitals, masks, ventilators, or anything else. We're not seeing, not one. So where is this big danger that people...
And I heard the ventilators are really a lot worse for you. That you shouldn't even put them on a ventilator. That's what's like choking people.
Yes, well, again...
But I'm not a doctor. I don't give doctor advice.
But I mean, the statistic I heard that I remember, and don't quote me on it because I don't, but it's like 70 to 80%. If they put you on a ventilator, 70 to 80% of them don't survive.
Right.
Because you're getting down to the last brass tacks of, and that goes for anything, pneumonias and that. But that's what like I said earlier, what Mike Pence brought out is 27%. I don't know, it could have been Pence or Dr. Fauci, or I think it was the other guy on there. But one of them brought up 27% of the cases, a month or two ago, when, especially in New York, when coronavirus was going hot and heavy and a lot of deaths and everything, 27% of the people hospitalized in ICU units, I think, were were of pneumonia, which a lot of percentage of that was COVID-19. Because if you're in the hospital and under that, you get pneumonia, and that's where we usually use ventilators anyway.
Joseph writes in, I tell people it was fine for 2 weeks. This is like the Twilight Zone.
It is. And that's what I'm saying. Why are we backing up on or sounding the alarm bells or trying to make everybody nervous about this whole deal on the deal? Is it that because we should be getting Chris Ackerman from the Paris Speedway on here pretty soon, but yeah, I mean, what's the deal of going on with this whole I just don't, just because there's isolated hot spots or something going on, and let's figure out the reason why. If they're coming across from the borders of California and here from that, whether they're legal, illegal, and they're not, we'll fix that stuff. But to lighten it up a little bit more on that, and hopefully this will not be a one-off deal, because I for one, and I think Stephanie will back me up on this, since this whole thing, and we're not going to mention that name that started 2 or 3 months ago and got everything shut down and lockdowns and stuff on that. I don't think, I know in Northern California they've had some sprint car races and stuff up that, but I think this is the first Southern California race coming up tomorrow night at Paris Speedway in Southern California for probably 2 or 3 months. So to give us the ins and outs on that is a very capable PR guy, I think announcer out there at Paris Auto Speedway, Chris Ackerman. Welcome to IE Newswire Daily with Stephanie and Roy.
Hi, how are you both today?
Great. How are you?
Absolutely fantastic, and I'm going to be more fantastic to know that Southern California is finally, after a long hiatus, Saturday night going to be able to witness, maybe not in person, but on pay-per-view, that a actual motor race in Southern California. Explain what's going on at Paris Speedway tomorrow night.
All right. Well, yeah, what we're doing is we are finally holding, after 3 months of being off, and a lot of start and stops where we end up having to turn races into practices. We've gotten the all clear. We've been working with detailed coordination with the City of Paris Health Department, and they have allowed us to do a race tomorrow night at Paris Raceway on Burton Road. And we are so excited. It's going to be speedway motorcycle racing with motorcycles with no brakes on them. We're going to have extreme sidecar action, as well as hooligan racing, mini bike racing, and a whole lot more. It's just going to be really interesting because it's a really different way that we're going to be doing this tomorrow night, as I'm sure you can imagine.
And I think you're going to have some of the heavy hitters out there. I mean, I would think Brock Nickel and Luke Becker and some of those guys would have been in Europe, but maybe they're probably shut down too. Is that why they're still out here? But man, you're going to be able to see, some of our really superstars running tomorrow night, which you usually don't.
Yep.
A lot of times you don't get a chance to see that in the summertime.
Yeah, but this time, Brock and Luke were supposed to be racing in England. They're going to be both teammates with the Wolverhampton Wolves. And, of course, coronavirus caused that to stop, so they're still here in America. They're hoping to start a shortened schedule in England in August, but they're still here right now, and they have signed up to race tomorrow night. So it's a great time for people to go on to pay-per-view and watch it because, yes, tomorrow night there are no spectators allowed. It's one of the concessions we had to make. Grandstands are closed, so we partnered with lowbudget.tv, and they're doing the pay-per-view for $15, and so it's a great way to watch it. I'm going to actually do the announcing from the grandstand so I can turn and talk to the camera to try to give people a feel of actually being there.
There you go. I mean, that's what's going on. At least we've got something to look forward to, and I'm sure Max, and I don't know if his brother's recovered from his. Max Rommel and his brother have recovered. He got hurt pretty bad at Paris Speedway on that last year. On that, I imagine he's recovered. I don't know if he'll be out there, but again, like I say, you're going to see some of the guys you usually only see at the beginning and ending of the year out here on that. And just one other thing, and this is even going to be more important. Of that because I don't know if you heard it, but Kelly Inman from the Grand, he just made an announcement that they've canceled. The fairgrounds or the expo there is shut down the whole thing for the year, so there will be no speedway racing at the Grand. So that even makes it more important that guys like you can go out there to salvage what we can of the speedway motorcycle season in 2020.
Absolutely. Paris Raceway has worked very hard. The owners of the track have worked side by side with the city of Paris, and we are following every rule to a T for this. So, I mean, it's very sad. I feel bad for the whole industry crew. But, it's just working really diligent with them because this track is not directly connected with the city like City of Industry is. So we do have some of the bigger names. Just answer your question, first of all, that both Max and Dylan are fine. Dylan will not be racing. Max will be out there. Some of the other big names, we do have Gino Manzarek, Austin Alvarado, one of the great ones, one of my favorites, the legendary Fast Eddie Castro is going to be out there. But it's going to be so different because we've got, when riders come into the pits, they can't wander around the pit area. They got to stay in their pits. We've got social distancing going on. Everyone has to wear masks. So it's really a different way of doing this. It's kind of a first run, but the reason why they call me Crazy Chris is I make it exciting no matter what I do. So we are just really excited that fans have the ability to watch, and we're going to hopefully have some good fun with it tomorrow night.
I hope you do, and it's a great deal. And like I said, I mean, I like the small tracks too, but I think, that's probably the biggest track that Speedway runs on a regular basis anyway out here in SoCal. And I mean, I really like it because, I mean, the guys actually get to stretch it out a little bit, and you get to see the speed, a little more speed in action. And I think it allows more two-groove racing at the little bit bigger tracks like you have at Paris Auto Speedway versus like the Costa Mesa and the Grand.
Oh, for sure. for sure. Now, there's two different tracks in Paris. Paris Auto Speedway is the car. That's
Yes.
the mile-long.
Yes.
Paris Raceway is a big track, and that's the thing because places like Industry and Costa Mesa, those are short tracks. So as soon as that gate goes up, they're practically already going into that first turn a right to go left in that first turn, where at Paris, it is a kind of a smaller version, European-sized track, but a lot of riders love that because, just exactly as you said, when that gate flies up, they've got some time, and then they turn it, and it gives a chance for more passing going on in these races.
So I'll give you about 30 seconds to wrap it up. Tell them where they can
right.
get the pay-per-view and see the exciting racing that's happening at Paris Raceway tomorrow night.
All right, you can join us for the COVID Classic tomorrow night at Paris Raceway by going to lowbudget.tv. $15. Enjoy your friends, invite your friends, have a barbecue, and enjoy some awesome Speedway motorcycle racing.
Thanks a lot for being on, Chris.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Chris.
That's
All
exciting. Yeah, that's exciting. You not only you can see Luke Becker and Brock Nickel, but Fast Eddie Castro, Max Rummel, and everybody else, all the stars, the locals, and the national stars doing that on that. So that'll be that. If you got nothing to do, and I don't know what else you can do on a weekend, check them out on Low Budget TV on that. I think we have another caller calling in on that. Who we got on the line? Hello.
Hey, Roy, Jesse Gordon.
Batman!
Batman!
Birthday, man.
Yes, thank you very much. And you were even in my video of that.
You were.
Yes, at least your car was of that. The very famous Batmobile, which we hope to be seeing racing here anytime soon when we can get over that. But I don't know, not that Jesse Gordon is one of the guys that that's on the front line of this, and I just want to say thank you because a lot of people know that you're a respiratory therapist, so you've been on the front lines, and I want to say for that a big thank you from
definitely.
us for that, for all because that's actually you're in that, and that's kind of you're putting your own health at risk of that or that. I know it's your job, but I just want to. Me and Steph want to give you a big thank you for that.
Really, we truly do.
Yeah. It's it's been a tough battle, but we're getting through it. So, but I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday, and
you got it.
I miss you guys out there at the track.
And we
miss you too.
And we hope to be seeing you and everybody else. Earl Cox was on earlier. Wish me a happy birthday. But yeah, we hope to see you guys out there on that. Thanks for calling in, Jesse.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. Of course. All right.
Bye.
There
Thank you.
Go. Yeah,
Bye,
I wanted to say that because he's he's the one that's got he's the one that's the guy that hooks you up to the
front line.
Yeah, that hooks you up to the ventilator and all that. That's what he does. So yeah, he's right in the he's right on the front lines of all that stuff. And if sometimes it's those others, the support personnel or something, that don't get the credit. Of that do the jobs that do keep us healthy and safe and a lot of things that people don't recognize on that. So that's why I wanted to point that out because all those that are doing that job of keeping that all across the country are the ones who did survive the deal owe their lives to guys like Jesse Gordon of keeping them in line.
I want to wear my mask because I worked really hard on it.
You just want to torment me with the...
Yeah, it's fun. COVID. You know what? But I've been told this color looks good on me. I think Sean would probably agree. Hear him and said, yeah.
Every color looks good on you.
Yeah.
Boy, that was enthusiastic.
It's great. Does it bug you that I'm wearing this?
Not
because the mask or because it says I'm with stupid? Which one bugs you more?
The mask. The I'm with stupid part I get. I just wish you should have used a bolder ink so it actually showed up better like a bold Sharpie.
Well, I don't think that people really need a sign to see what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean?
I think people understand that anyway.
Exactly.
Of that, but no, I don't care if you want to breathe in the CO2 on your own.
I forgot about that.
On that and shorten the oxygen
all right.
to your brain. Just don't tell me I have to kill myself.
Yeah.
That's all I ask. If you knock yourself out with the mask, you want to wear a mask 24/7, go for it. Just don't tell again, like that. I don't want I don't want to have to wear a mask that says you are stupid on that because I don't care if you want to kill yourself. But as Gavin Newsom said or tried to make the case, well, you could kill somebody with leukemia because you have a person with leukemia who is going through that or going through chemotherapy or whatever should not be out. That's what we've been talking about.
What do you mean should not be out?
Because they have, declined immune systems. That's what they said. People with that were obese, type 1 diabetes, if you're 80 or older, 65, but mainly 80. But the average age of people dying are like 80. Not that that's a bad thing, or not that that's something that we should, and they've had, most of the people that have died have had many, other conditions on top of that causes. It's a very small percentage of the population, and those are the ones. I would tell you, if you have any of those conditions, you are the ones that should be staying at home, doing that, not doing that. The rest of us, no worries, in my opinion. My layman's hillbilly, as as the mask says. Hilly Billy. Hilly Willy Billy. Of that.
I was saying, my 4-year-old says you're a hilly-billy.
There you go. Well, that's true of that. That's why I got to wear the cowboy hat once in a while. Well, what says hillbilly more than an old straw cowboy hat?
I'm sorry, why I wasn't listening.
Which is
moonshine. I'm telling you, that's what they were making at that park. You don't think it was?
Whoever put moonshine in it, if they were, there could be no worse violation than putting moonshine in a plastic container.
Really? You think so?
Yes. Wow. That hour went fast.
I know, it did.
Another week went fast. Hopefully this week will... at least this week's going to end on a good note because Speedway Motorcycle Racing at Paris Raceway, out at that will be going on Saturday night. I think they're starting at 5 o'clock. You can hook up for $15. You can watch it on low-budget TV. Maybe we'll even take a trip out there and check it out for you. On top of that, we're
gone! Happy birthday! Go! You're kidding me!
Remember to close your